So you're thinking about starting an online business in 2025, and you've probably been just flooded with ideas, right? Dropshipping, AI agencies, faceless YouTube channels, it's a lot. Well, today, we're going to cut right through all that noise. We're going to build a simple, powerful blueprint that's going to help you find the right path for you. Let's do this. Let's just start with a number, $3.419 trillion. I mean, what even is that? That's the market cap of a single company, Apple. It's a number so big, it almost doesn't feel real, but it shows you the unbelievable scale, the sheer potential of the digital world we're all playing in. You look at companies like Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, they're modern-day empires, all built on code and screens. It's super inspiring, sure, but it can also feel a little intimidating. I mean, these guys are global giants, but every single one of them started with just an idea. So the real question isn't how they got so big. The real question for you right now is, where do you even begin? To answer that, we're not just going to list a bunch of trendy business ideas. Nope. Instead, we're going to give you a toolkit. It's a simple framework of just 3 questions. And before you spend a single dollar or even an hour on any idea, you have to run it through this filter. This is your foundation. Here they are. First up, startup cost. How much money do you actually need just to get the doors open? Second, scalability. Is this an idea that can make you a few $1,000s a month, or can it grow into millions? And third, skill required. Are you using something you already know, or are you about to climb a really steep, difficult learning curve? Asking these 3 questions upfront will absolutely save you from chasing the wrong dream. Okay, so with our framework in hand, let's dive into the first major category of online business, selling a service. This is, by far, the most direct path to earning money online. It's simple. You have a skill, and someone out there is willing to pay you for your time and your expertise. That's it. So when we run this through our framework, a really clear picture emerges. The startup cost is incredibly low. I mean, if you've got a laptop and an internet connection, you're pretty much in business. The skills needed? You probably already have them, or you can learn them online. But here's the key, scalability. It's capped because you can only sell the hours you have in a day. It's the fastest way to get paid, for sure, but it has a built-in ceiling. And these aren't just abstract ideas, you know? People are building real businesses right now as virtual assistants, handling schedules for executives, or as social media managers, running accounts for local shops. You could be a LinkedIn ghostwriter or offer online tutoring for a subject you love. You could even become a podcast producer, helping people edit and launch their shows. These are all real-world ways to trade a valuable skill for cash. All right, let's move on to category number 2 and see how things change. Selling a product. This is where you shift from selling your time to selling a thing. And it can be a physical item or it can be a digital file. This is where the potential for scale really starts to get exciting. Now, when we apply our framework to products, we get a totally different profile. Startup costs are a bit higher. You might need to buy inventory or spend some money on ads. The skills are different too, leaning more towards marketing and logistics. But look at scalability. It's high. You're not limited by the clock anymore. You can sell 1,000 units or 1,000,000, all while you're sleeping. That's the trade-off. More upfront work for a much, much higher potential ceiling. Now with products, there are basically 2 main roads you can go down. On one side, you've got physical products. Think something like beef tallow chips, which are surprisingly popular. But you're dealing with inventory, shipping, stuff that eats into your margins. But on the other side, you've got digital products. Think Notion templates, ebooks, online courses. You create it once, and then you can sell it an infinite number of times with nearly 100% profit margins. Now that is pure scalability. And that brings us to our third and final category. And honestly, this is arguably the biggest opportunity in 2025. It's not about selling your time or even a specific product. It's about selling attention. This is where you build an audience first, and then you figure out how to make money from it. It's the new digital gold rush. This model just flips the whole script. The startup cost is almost zero. Your phone is basically all you need. The scalability? It's the highest we've seen, because a loyal audience can be monetized in dozens of different ways. But the barrier to entry isn't money, it's skill. And it's not some technical skill, it's the creative skill of being consistent, telling great stories, and building a real community. The engine that drives this whole attention economy is the viral video, right? It's that piece of content that gets popular not because of a huge ad budget, but because people just share it. One person shares it with 2 friends, they share it with 10 more, and suddenly you have 1,000,000 views. Understanding this is absolutely key to building an audience quickly today. And this quote just says it all. In our digital world, attention is the most valuable currency there is. If you can capture and hold the attention of a group of people, you have an incredibly powerful asset. The money, it'll follow, whether it's through ads, sponsorships, affiliate links, or eventually your own products. So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, it could be a faceless YouTube channel that makes cool documentary-style videos about a niche topic. It could be a paid newsletter where subscribers pay you directly for your expert insights. Or it could be leveraging something like TikTok Shop affiliate marketing, where you just make videos about products you like and earn a commission on every sale, without ever having to touch any inventory. Okay, so we've got our three powerful models: services, products, and attention. But there is one last piece to this puzzle. It's an element that doesn't just fit in one box. It sits on top of all of them, acting like a secret multiplier that can supercharge any path you decide to choose. And that multiplier is your personal brand. In 2025, building a personal brand isn't just for influencers. It is the single most powerful strategic advantage any entrepreneur can have. It's that layer of trust and authority that makes everything else you do about 10 times more effective. I mean, just think about how this juices up each category. If you're selling a service, a personal brand turns you from just another freelancer into a high-demand expert who can charge premium rates. If you're selling a product, it transforms your item from just a thing into a brand that people want to be a part of. And if you're building an audience, a personal brand is what turns that attention into a sustainable multi-million-dollar business. It really is the ultimate unfair advantage. So there you have it, the blueprint for 2025. You've got the framework to evaluate any idea, you've got the three core business categories, and you have the ultimate amplifier to put on top of it all. The paths are laid out, so the only question left is the one that only you can answer: what will you build?